Hi, I'm JT.
And I'm Aaron.
I'm Micah.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Mark.
And we're Hawthorne Heights, and you're watching nextmosh.com.
When the cold and the dark collide, there'll be nothing left for us to hide. And as we search for the other side, we will be fighting another war inside. So white flags begin to fly, still we fight until we hang. Fight for the golden parachutes. It is your life that's left to.
It's going really well. We're having a lot of fun, and the crowds have been amazing, and it's certainly beat our expectations. This is our first year on Warped Tour since about 2007, so we had an extended absence from the tour. We didn't know really what we were going to get as far as responses, but it's been really good.
I don't think so. I think that's kind of the beauty of Warped Tour in general, is that it's so built in, and Kevin knows what he's doing, keeps the same system every year, which is probably one of the reasons it's been running for nearly 20 years, is that he doesn't make a lot of big changes, and all the bands know what they sign up for. They know you don't know your set time, everybody stands in catering lines, and we knew to expect
That's
that.
not true. They definitely do not all stand in catering lines.
We all stand in catering lines.
There's a few divas out on the tour this year, and I've got a grievance with them. I don't know exactly who they are.
We don't know.
All I know is they send their
into
techs
line.
in with a tray, and then they walk out with about 8 meals, and it pisses me off to no end, because we've always stood in line for our own food, even when we were on the tour in 2005 with bands that are way bigger than any band that's on the tour now. They all waited in line for food, and to me it's just kind of arrogant, or I don't know, conceited for them to not
It's just
do that.
lazy. I don't know how arrogant it is, just lazy. You just got to stand in line to collect a plate. It's pretty easy. We all have busy schedules, including the techs and stuff like that, who are busier than we are for the most part. They don't have time to carry our food for us. We'll go stand in line. A lot of times we carry them back food. Well, when you're working with a concept, it's totally different than you got to kind of adhere to that and change things around. Whereas before, we just write songs that we consider to be great songs and good songs, and songs that we think will be fun live or that our fans will like or whatever. This way, we kind of had to chart the peaks and valleys, work around with the lyrics a little bit more, and then track listing, stuff like that. There was a lot more went into it, a lot more miniature arguments, because we're not used to making a set list like that, and that's always the worst for the bands. At least for our band, we all have ideas of how we want something to sound from start to finish, and every answer is right. That's why it's always an argument. It's just it's personal opinion. So
I think we had less of an argument this time, though, because it was more because we're trying to tell a story, so the songs kind of only fit in one particular order, and as opposed to where a normal album you would front load it with all the best songs,
and
or,
you're really
or what
just
you
picking
think are the best
favorites.
songs, and
what's my favorite song? I'd love it to go first, but no one's heard it yet, so nobody knows if it's anybody's favorite song other than their own. I think just, we were talking about it, and it was like the guys saw a couple of the lyrics that I had, and it kind of fit into, they were all thematically the same. We just decided to kind of go for it because, bands that I won't say grew up listening to, because we weren't, born in the 60s or something, but, some of our favorite classic albums are, Pink Floyd, The Wall is kind of pretty tough to mess with, and we didn't want to go that far with it or anything like that, but I don't know, we just thought it was cool, we thought it was different. We've been a band for a while, it's something that we had never done, and that's kind of one reason that you can continue to be a band, is to try to go down roads that you've never been down before.
I think we've grown to have a tremendous and positive impact on a lot of people's lives all over the world, which is something we never really had expected or anticipated when we first started. You guys have any other?
I realized that I guess I can hang out with these guys for 10 years. And I didn't know that or was planning on that. Michael?
I think there's nothing about being a professional musician, or being a professional musician makes you not want to be a professional musician, because it is the antithesis. The business of it is the antithesis of creativity.
Yeah, we have a big fall U.S. tour lined up. Unfortunately, we can't talk about the details of that right now.
We can say that we're really excited about it. It's
Yeah.
one of our one of the bands that we feel shaped the music scene that we're in, and that we've listened to their whole career.
We happen to be friends with.
Yeah, that we're friends with, and that, you know, I remember when Matt got back from watching this band play in probably, what was that, 2003 maybe, or 2002, or something like that. But,
MP3.com was around.
yes, but you know, he came back and he picked me up for practice, and he had the CD with him. I'd never heard the band before, and he just got done seeing them, and you know, showing me the songs, and we were just kind of blown away by it. And you know, all this time later, we're gonna go on tour with this band, who, you know, we both have mutual respect for one another's bands. It's just a cool feeling, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. No pressure to really meet a lot of people that you may or may not get along with in a fall tour. So we're really excited about that.
Who's the biggest band right now? I'll go with them.
Lady Antebellum, probably. I think that we all like the band Jimmy Eat World, and we all know that they're nice dudes from Arizona, so I think we would all get along, and that's a set that I wouldn't mind watching every night, which is cool. It's not always the case, but you know, you can't always tour with bands that you love, and you can't always bring out bands that you love as well. But I think that'd be a lot of fun. Rise Against, I'd like to go out with that band. They're a lot of fun, and I'm bummed that like Bad Religion or No Effects aren't on the Warped Tour this year, because I know that that's the only way my band is going to be able to play with those bands.
We already played with Bad Religion.
We did.
We had that covered.
Yeah, we did, but still,
It's off
you
the
know.
bucket list.
Let's see. I would say this is pretty dumb, but my Starbucks Gold card, because that's the solace when we you know, get to hang out all day long. We can go into Starbucks, and I really just use it for the free refills. Can't be electronic.
Just do it.
Well, on this tour, it's been Magic the Gathering.
Just say it.
We got into it, they sent us decks, and then Matt and I picked it up after about a 20-year absence, and we're probably way too into it, more than we should be at our age.
Probably a water bottle. Or a pillow.
Probably the least rock and roll thing, clean socks.
Yeah.
Always. The least Magic the Gathering.
I would say probably Magic the Gathering cards. For me.
Definitely.
That is the weirdest thing.
That's the weirdest thing for me, too.
To be honest with you, it's so out of the norm for us. I'd say a shower. Really, like that's like, but it's a great weird. You know, it's like we got to drive around and try and fill up the water, but that's kind of been one of our saviors.
A broken refrigerator is kind of weird.
Yeah.
To have a refrigerator and it just doesn't work, and all the food's bad, but nobody wants to open it to throw anything away because all the food's bad.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes today. Hopefully somebody's taking care of that. Yeah, exactly.